I've expressed my desire to have a bigger air compressor in a couple videos. Right now I just have a Craftsman. It's a Craftsman Professional, and I think it'll do it's 150 psi max, and I want to say it's like a 26 gallon tank. So anyway, through different channels and a friend, I purchased this Ingersoll Rand T30 compressor. It is a 5 horsepower motor. It'll do 16.9 CFM at 135 psi, I believe. So kind of exciting there. It does have an auto drain on it. You can see the bottom is pretty rusted out. The tank is fine because the auto drain's been on there, so that'll be perfectly fine. We went ahead and there used to be a furnace in this corner of the garage. We went ahead and took out the old electric coil furnace and just used the same circuit that it was on, and we did some upgrades to the breaker box. At the same time, try to help some of the power issues that I've had in terms of previous owners' wiring. But anyway, everything's hooked up, but you notice that there's no pump. So that's the reason I was able to afford this, is the pump needs some work. So I'm gonna go ahead and, well, I'll show you the motor. So like I said, this is a 5 horsepower motor. Runs really nice, you know, single phase, obviously. But obviously the pump is not here. So I will take you back and we will look at the pump, and I'll show you what I have to do to the pump, and I will go from there. Alright, so here's the pump for the T30 air compressor. It's a 2475 model pump. Like I said, it'll do 16 point something CFM at 135 psi. Now obviously you can see that the front cover is already off of the pump, right? Well, that is because the previous owner, not the person I bought it from, the previous owner, not once, and we don't know how old this compressor is, but the oil, well, I'll show you. This was the bolt. This is the oil bolt. We are the first one. Hopefully it'll focus. That is the oil bolt right there. I wish it would focus. So does that look like it's ever been taken off before? We put all those chips in there. Up until that point, the oil had never been changed in this unit. And it is obviously an older unit. I don't know how old, but it is an older unit. So basically down at the very bottom, there's just a whole bunch of bearing shell casings just sitting down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear it apart some point in the future. I'm going to tear it apart and we're going to rebuild it, because I can probably rebuild it for a couple $100. Hopefully I don't need a new crankshaft and everything. But if I do need a new crankshaft or some other parts, as part of the deal, I ended up with this. So this is a 2475 pump. This is also an Ingersoll T30. It's a 2475 7.5. So this is a 7.5 horsepower 3-phase motor. So obviously I can't use it here at my house, but I will eventually be pulling parts off this if I need any to rebuild the other one. Now if I don't need any parts, I'm going to rebuild this one, this pump, and you'll see why I need to rebuild it. I think I can show you. This pump has been rebuilt before. It had new bearings and I think a new crankshaft put in a while back, several years ago, and the bearings have gone out in it as well. Now the problem with this pump is, if you look at it, the flywheel is wobbling, in the crankshaft is basically shot. So if I need parts, I can tear this one down for parts. So now this one is capable of 24 CFM at 135 psi. So that's a little bit better, but this is also a 7.5 horsepower motor that will turn the pump at about 1500 RPM. Meanwhile, the other one, even though it is the same pump, but it will only the 5 horsepower motor will only turn it at 1000, like 1022 RPM, something like that. So yeah, I ended up with 2 very nice compressors. Obviously they need some rebuilds and some attention, but we will give them some attention, or I will give them some attention, and in the end I will have a significant upgrade to my air system in my shop, and at the same time I'll probably run some airlines, things like that, because I get tired of running airlines to the back part of the shop here. So that is one of my big updates for projects in the shop, trying to improve the shop, etc. So yeah, this should be a fun project. It's going to take me a long time to do this. The fact that it's wired up is certainly helpful, and we don't have to worry about that. So got to tear the old pump down, and then as soon as we get the old pump torn down, then we can, or I can see what I need, order some parts, and put it back together. So thanks for watching.